2020, those people aren't going to be won back by the colour of a tie or the shape of a suit. They need practical things on the ground. They need the cuts seriously opposing it, and we're not getting that from Labour.
OK, Dave, I'm coming back to you in just a second. Let's go to a reputation manager here, Simon Lee, Director of Pure Reputation. Simon, good morning to you. This is very important now in this media-dominated age that, you know, you've got somebody up front, the flag bearer, some would say placard protester, flag waver, up front, who is projecting the correct image for a company or an organisation. Could you give me an appraisal of where Jeremy Corbyn is on that particular score at the moment?
Well, I mean, in terms of his online reputation, he seems to court controversy, and he seems to want to be in the newspaper for pretty much any reason. It seems to go against what generally people want to do. For example, what he's saying about nuclear weapons. And, I mean, I think at the stage where he is, where he's Labour leader, he really should be thinking about putting out positive content, not just controversial content. And he needs to have a unified brand. So he can't have a confused image online. And if he has a confused image, people won't understand him and people won't relate to him. And that won't be good, obviously.
So when somebody comes to you, somebody from seeing you at the Labour Party came along, perhaps Corbyn himself, what would be the first question that you would ask him if you were trying to polish up the image of the man?
Well, I mean, firstly, I'd see what good things he does, what positive things we have to work with and leverage and use for online press releases, because the more positive press releases we put out there, I mean, if you Google his name, you'll see that the news results are going to be at the top. So no matter what you do online, the news results are always going to be above anything that you do. So you should tackle that head on and say, you know, fight fire with fire, and if anything negative comes out, you've got a real positive story about him out, and it's really important to figure out what we have to work with in terms of that, and build a strategy based on that.
And Simon, would you call Corbyn and Labour a tarnished brand at the moment? I mean, is it a time for crisis management from a purely professional point of view?
Yeah, I think definitely they should be doing it right now. If they're going to push for 2017, it's important to get your house in order and get your team in place to tackle anything that might come around. For example, you might be open to a lot of negativity, and that's the kind of stuff that we can delete and get rid of, especially unfounded, malicious kind of things that you get from competitors. And that's what I think really he should be doing. He should be having people like me consulting him, giving him advice on what to do if anything negative does come about.
But you're a bit expensive, aren't you, Simon? Though your sort of work doesn't come cheap, does it?
Well, I mean, people in my competition who mainly outsource to me as well. So,
Simon, certainly appreciate your time this morning. Interesting points. Back to Dave Nellis now, a traditional Labour man himself, and he's with the Trade Union and Socialists Coalition. He's a friend of Jeremy Corbyn's. It's very